Yo guys, welcome back to another Done Much More Fresh video. Okay, so I said I was going to get a Should You Summon video out before the banners dropped, and here I am doing it, even before my Data Mine video, which I'm having to Data Mine myself, but it is what it is. So, first things first, I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't summon. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am going to give you information that will help you decide what you should do, and I'm going to give advice on whether I think the banners are currently worth it at this state or at this date, I should say. First things first, let's go over what the actual banners look like, because sometimes the banner formation actually does have an effect on whether the banner is worth it overall. So firstly we have Haruhime, Lily and Chloe, and then after that we have the Wine, Fear and Anya. Now let's get into the actual characters. I should say this off the bat, if you are summoning because, you know, one of these is waifu, then by all means summon. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. If these characters are a must-have for you because you love the characters, go for it, man. More power to you, and I hope it helps you enjoy the game more. If you're here and you want to be a little bit more financially responsible with your iris, and you want to think more rationally about whether you summon, then let's get into the actual characters and what they do. So we're going to start with Haruhime here. As you can see, she has a very good magic stat. However, okay, so her ability is endurance minus 30%, magic resist minus 20%. Now, I will say this, we do already have a magic assist debuff, or magic resistance debuffing assist in the game already, in the Demeter. Now, you may not have the Demeter, in which case this is a good opportunity for you to summon for an assist that has a high base magic attack as well as a 20% magic resistance debuff, because they are essential, and there's not many of them in the game that provide such a high magic stat as far as I know. Now I will say, if you already have the Demeter MLB, then this is probably an easy skip. Demeter lowers crit rate and magic resist, increases your own crit rate, and has a higher base magic stat than this Haruhime. So weighing it out, the Demeter obviously wins out here, and it makes it easier to skip this Haruhime. Now, if you don't already have a specific magic resistance debuffing assist on your account, it might be worth the summon. Just keep in mind, if you don't MLB her, you won't get that 20%. It'll be, I think, 15 at max, or 10. If it's 20 at max, it'll probably be 15 at one copy. Right, moving on. The Fear. Now, let's look at the stats first. So, she's obviously designed for Wargame just based on the stats. Now, Thunder resist minus 20%, allies AoE and single target resist minus 15%. Now, I can tell you right now, she probably is designed for Wargame in general, with the resistance buffs. In fact, she probably pairs really well with Thunder Fina. So if you do have MLB Thunder Fina and Thunder Argo, you have a pretty decent setup for a stall / damage Wargame team, as they both do considerable damage as well as both stall the hell out of the fight. So we do have a Thunder resistance debuffing assist in the game already with Lily. Like I said, if you don't have a resistance debuffing assist already, it might be worth the summon. In this case, just know the stat spread on her is not going to really be beneficial to anywhere except Wargame. If you take her out of Wargame and use her, you're literally only using her for the ability, so she may want to be used as a sack assist. To be fair, like, you're not gaining any real damage or health or resistances or anything like that by applying her to a main or frontline character. So if you do use her outside of Wargame, probably best to use her on a sack. Oh, okay, I've got not a lot of new players here. I should try and remember to explain what I mean. So if you are going to use her outside of Wargame, she's probably best to go on a sacrificial unit, like one that's wearing a revolving anklet, so that she comes in, gives the debuffs, and then goes away. I don't think her stats warrant her staying on the field. So moving on to the first adventurer here, we're going to look at Chloe Lolo. Now, she is a magic attacker. Her stat spread definitely screams Wargame. So we're going to have a look at the skills here. SA, Ultra Thunder Magic Attack, Ultra Crit, Temp Magic Boost, 2 turns, allies crit and counter rate plus 60%. Now, inside Wargame, that's probably really good. Actually, to be fair, it's not. That is my phone again. To be fair, I don't think it really is. The crit and counter, it's not really going to be... You're not going to use this that often, I don't think. I mean, not that you have a choice in Wargame, but I don't think this is the one that you want to use. Skill 1, AoE, slow, remove strength, agility, and magic resist buffs. Okay, so she's countering the stall. I like that. She's setting up so that the rest of the team in Wargame can do more damage. Skill 2, AoE, fast, high, thunder magic attack, ultra crit, dex, thunder resist minus 35%, thunder damage plus 90%. That is a great skill to have. If you do not have a thunder unit that lowers resistance to thunder resist, this even one copy will probably benefit you as a sack. If you MLB her, she's probably going to hit decently hard anyway. And then skill 3, single target, high thunder magic attack, ultra crit for every dex buff. Dex debuff on the enemy, skill damage plus 40%. So that is a total of... Is that one? Wait, what? For every... Oh, debuff, my bad. I was... It said buff and debuff, my bad. So for every debuff on the enemy, that's 80% total. Passives, Earth Resist 35, counters a Thunder Element, counters have Ultra Crit on them. I mean, she's really gonna be critting a lot. Like, all of her skills basically have Ultra Crit on them, and then she gains additional 15% damage for crits. So she's probably gonna hit relatively like well overall. And then the Phantasma Killer, she doesn't stand out as a significantly amazing unit, but like I said, she does have her pros there. If you were looking for a reason to summon, that Thunder Resist is definitely beneficial. Like 35% is starting to become the standard, if not 40%. Some elements have 40% already, some have 35%. But 35, I would still say 30 is the standard for everyone. So if it's below 30, don't bother. So anything above 30, I would consider good. 35% Thunder Resist is a good debuff. Is it worth enough to summon? In my opinion, I don't think so, but that's not me. I don't really need the Thunder units. Moving on to the Anya. Now, they are part of a pair, by the way, and there's always a pair on these banners, and they split them up to make sure you have to summon on both banners if you want to use them correctly. Her SA, Ultra Thunder Magic Attack, Ultra Pen. She's going the other route with the penetration instead of the crit. Magic Resist and Endurance minus 50%. See, this might be good, although I don't really think, if I'm correct in my maths and how it works, and from what's been explained to me in the past, Endurance is a stat that's relatively not that widely useful outside of Wargame, based on how it's calculated. Because if you didn't know, damage is calculated differently in Wargame, or sorry, stats are calculated differently in Wargame to outside of Wargame. So Endurance counts for a lot more in Wargame than it does outside. Skill 1, AoE fast for 2 turns, magic resist minus 35%, and Endurance. Self-pen plus 50%. I don't know about that, man. AoE super slow. It's a slow super attack. Why? What's it doing? Magic attack, ultra pen with temporary magic boost, 2 turns, self magic. Okay, so there's no reason for that to be slow at all. You have no additional effects other than giving yourself 50% magic buff. That's not even a relatively high buff compared to other units. You know what other units are capable of. Skill 3, high, thunder, magic attack, ultra pen, temp, magic boost. No additional percentage bonuses on that skill 3. Okay. I call it right now, she's not a good unit, I don't think. Not at all. Earth resist plus 35%. Thunder elementals. Counters are thunder. Counters have ultra pen on them. Pen damage plus 15%. Yeah, I don't think she's a good unit. Not even slightly. She's missing so many core percentages and passives. It's kind of I believe it's more detrimental. I mean, let me look at the stats for a sec. She's got decent stats. It's just I don't think her skill set is going to complement those stats. Moving on to Lily. Let me scroll up, make sure I get all of the skills in here. Her SA, ultra light physical attack, temporary strength boost. Wait, you know what? Let me look at the stats first. She is a physical unit. I feel like they've bolstered some of her assets, if you understand what I mean here. They seem larger than they usually do. Anyway, so 2066 strength, that's decent. That is sort of the standard that we're used to nowadays. Let's get her skills in here. SA, ultra light physical attack, temporary strength boost, 5 turns, SA gauge charge plus 100%. That's I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've seen an SA gauge charge on an SA. I don't know who the last one was, but I do know like Idle Eyes had it, so it's probably not a relatively new mechanic. Is it worth is the question, given that there are no damage percentage modifiers on her SA, which means it's not going to hit very hard. I'm just saying, just throwing that one out there. Like it doesn't say for every strength buff on self, you know, gain 35% damage or anything like that. Nope, no percentage modifiers at all. It's going to be another Water Ryu situation, the Christmas Ryu, where she's not, like, it might be useful utility-wise, but it's not going to do a lot of damage, I don't think. Skill 1, single target, 4 turns, light resist and guard rate minus 40%. Gains 3 additional actions of low light physical attacks. Okay, so cool. Light resist minus 40%, guard rate minus 40%. Always useful. That's more, guard rate is more useful in Record Buster. I mean, it's used, to be fair, guard rate's used everywhere in both game modes, like War Game and Record Buster. So guard rate debuffing is a pretty decent debuff to have, I guess. Skill 2, single target, mid light magic attack, mid light physical attack, temporary strength boost for 2 turns, self strength and light damage plus 60%. 60% is a nice comfortable area to be, especially if you're buffing strength and light damage. Skill 3, super light physical attack, for every strength and light damage buff on self, skill damage plus 30%, and extends all buffs on self by 2 turns. Okay, originally we thought this was this reduced buffs on self by 2 turns. Now knowing that it extends self buffs, besides her SA, I think she has a really good skill set. And again, they've basically made another another really strong light unit. Another really strong single target light unit, I may add. So if you get her and then throw her with Lina and Anya and Haruhime or whoever you have, she's probably going to do a considerable amount of damage with her skill 3. Like I think it's really going to hurt for the most part, because it's for every strength and light damage on self. That includes assists. So you're looking 120% damage buff overall. Counter damage plus 50%. Okay, so counters are gonna hurt. Counters are light element, so yeah, counters are gonna do a bit of damage there. 10% MP regen, Phantasma Killer. Okay. What do I think? I think she is another light unit that is gonna just completely is just gonna be used in every Record Buster. Like if you have a light team, a Record Buster light team, you basically just outscore everyone no matter what the element is. Unless they start adding like 70% light resistance in Record Buster, these light teams are just going to continue to outperform every other element. And then finally, we're coming to the Wine. I'm going to bring up the stats first. As you can see, she is a balance type. I hate balance types. I don't see the need for them, but obviously I'm not a game developer, so there we go. SA, ultra light magic attack. Ultra on guard, tempered magic boost for 3 turns, AoE resistance plus 40%. Okay, so stalling again, which means she's a war game unit. Skill 1 for 3 turns, strength magic and dex minus 35% magic, and for self magic, agility and light damage plus 50%. Gains 3 additional actions of low light magic attacks. Skill 2. Fast mid light magic attack, ultra uncounter, it is an AoE, removes all physical resist and magic resist buffs, allies, removes physical resist and magic resist debuffs. Okay, so she is basically designed to stall and counter stall at the same time by the looks of it. And then skill 3, single target, super light magic attack, ultra on guard rate, temporary magic boost. She's not doing any damage, by the way, nothing at all. There's going to be, even with her 50% light damage and magic, she's not going to be doing any damage. Dark resist, 35%. Counters elemental damage when guarding, minus 30%. Okay, so increase her guard rate. She's going to take even less damage. Physical resist, magic resist, plus 20%. She's kind of tanky. Let's put it that way. What do I think? Overall, Haruhime could be useful. So can the Fear. Both resistance debuffing, something that new players may not have. If you do have something that can do what they do already, then they're kind of useless to you. The Anya is terrible. I'm sorry, the Anya feels terrible. Chloe, she's okay. She's sort of she sort of just feels like the last couple of units that we've seen on banners. She's very, I would say standard, as in there's nothing really special that stands out about her. The Lily is going to do damage, except with her SA and Record Buster. She's nothing but another light Record Buster damage dealer. So again, it's just stacking those light units for Record Busters. It seems like such a bad idea. Like she could have been Thunder. Making her a Thunder unit would have been okay, I guess. Not that we don't have the Lafia already, who completely obliterates Thunder Record Buster. But overall, I don't see anything on these banners besides potentially the Lily that is worth summoning for. So for me personally, I'm going to tell you right now, I won't be summoning on any of these banners. I'm going to be saving. Because the factors to take into consideration are exactly that. Well, we've got collab coming, we've got anniversary coming after that in a few months. And we've already been through a lot of banners this January. Already. So I don't think it'd be the smartest move. Plus, all of that coupled with the fact that these are not time limited units and you may pull them down the line, puts no urgency on me summoning on these units. So my advice, skip, save, enjoy the story, enjoy the event. I will say the Ray is going to be a very beneficial unit to people that do not have a resistance debuffer anyway, and the fact that she can combine Thunder and Light is going to be so great for a lot of people. My advice, it might be worth just summoning unless you desperately are missing one of these attributes for your account, but it's entirely up to you. You do what you want. That is going to be everything, guys. I hope this was helpful. Please make sure to drop a like if it was, if you enjoyed, if I was entertaining at all, maybe not. But drop a like, subscribe if you're not. Social media links in the description. As always, guys, I love you, and I'll catch you later.
Fire!